Hello everybody! I hope you've all had a lovely weekend and you're all really good. I thought it'd be nice for me to read the story to you this week as it's out of one of our class anthology books, book 2. Have a great week, enjoy everything you do and have lots and lots of fun. Okay, I'll speak to you all soon. Now let's open the book and read Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, there was a merchant who had 3 daughters. He loved all 3, but kept a special place in his heart for Beauty, the youngest daughter. Beauty was always sweet-natured and cheerful, unlike the other daughters, who were often grumpy and jealous. A day came when the merchant had to go away on important business. As he would be gone for some time, he said to his daughters, "What gifts would you like me to bring you?" The eldest asked for jewels. The second asked for fine clothes. Beauty said, "Dear father, there is nothing I need, just your safe return." Her father insisted, so she replied at last, "Then bring me the loveliest rose you can find." The merchant's business went well, and finally he began his long journey home. In his bags were the gifts for his daughters, apart from Beauty's rose. "I will find one on my journey," he thought. Instantly, a great storm broke out across the sky. Through the lashing rain, the merchant saw a gleam of light. Hoping to find shelter, he galloped towards it and discovered that it came from a magnificent castle surrounded by beautiful gardens. The merchant approached the great front door. It swung open. Cautiously, he entered the hallway. "Hello!" he cried. "Is anyone here?" There was light shining into the hall from a doorway. So, thinking the owner might be there, the merchant entered the room. He saw a table laid for supper. A letter lay beside a single plate. It simply read, "Please accept my hospitality." The merchant enjoyed a delicious meal, then waited for the mysterious host. Lulled by the warmth of the crackling log fire, he found himself drifting into a deep sleep. The next morning, the storm had passed, but still no host came. The merchant prepared to leave. Then he caught sight of the garden. There, in the centre, was the loveliest rose ever. One strong stem with a single crimson flower. "Beauty's rose!" he exclaimed. The merchant hurried out into the garden and plucked it. As he put his nose to the sweet-smelling petals, an angry roar split the silence. "Is this how you repay my kindness?" A hideous beast came charging towards the merchant. "You will pay for that rose!" he cried. "Sire," the merchant pleaded, "I only wanted a rose for my daughter. If you saw her, you would know why she deserves the loveliest of all roses." The merchant told the beast about Beauty. The beast listened and agreed to let the merchant go home to give Beauty the rose, on one condition. "You must return and live here with me." With a heavy heart, the merchant was forced to agree to the beast's demand. Full of sorrow, he returned home and explained the promise he had made to the beast. Beauty couldn't stand the thought of her father being unhappy. One night, without telling anyone, she left and travelled to the beast's castle, determined to take her father's place. At first, she was afraid, but the beast stayed hidden and left many gifts and kind notes for her. Beauty grew fond of him, though he was puzzling, and she would talk to him whenever she sensed he was near. One day, she finally caught a glimpse of him. Though she trembled inside, Beauty showed no fear at his ugly, hair-covered face or the fangs that stuck out of his mouth. So the beast began to sit and talk with her each day. Despite the beast's kindness, Beauty was lonely. "If only I could see my dear father once more," she said, sighing. The beast could not bear to see her unhappy, so he gave her a wonderful magic mirror in which she could see the people she loved. Beauty felt comforted at first, but grew worried as she saw her father's guilt was making him poorly. At once she found the beast and begged to go home. "I must see him before it's too late," she pleaded. The beast agreed, but on one condition. Beauty must promise to return within 1 week. Beauty promised, then left for home as quickly as she could. The merchant was so happy to see Beauty that he soon recovered. Beauty's sisters, however, tricked her into staying too long. One day she looked into her magic mirror. To her horror, she saw the beast lying on the ground near the rose bush. "Oh, I have broken my promise and broken the poor beast's heart!" she cried fearfully. Beauty rushed to the castle to find the beast. He lay unmoving beside Beauty's rose, with leaves and petals tumbling around him in the cold air. "Oh, beast, dearest beast," cried Beauty, "your ugliness will never stop me loving you. I will never leave you again. I want to be your wife." Beauty knelt to kiss the beast. As she did so, he was transformed in front of her eyes. His hairy face and fangs magically vanished, and a handsome prince stood there in his place. "What have you done with my dear beast?" Beauty gasped. The prince explained, "An evil fairy cast a spell on me. I would remain an ugly beast until a beautiful girl asked to marry me. Your words have broken the spell." So Beauty married the handsome prince. Her father and sisters came to live in the castle with them, and they all lived happily ever after.